restaurants, please tidy up this place. No! Wow! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get 19 to 25% off selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's. Oh, Benny's, Benny's. Benny's, Benny's. Oh.
Making the headlines in tonight's newscast, murder in Spanish Lookout. BNN urges transparency and reform in long-term logging concessions in Belize's forest reserves. Francis Fonseca defends CARICOM free movement. 2 robberies caught on camera in Belize City. And Belize Cancer Society hosts Men's Health Forum in Belize City. These stories and more coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
That is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. pick up in store, or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Belize City, get ready for a safe and reliable e-taxi experience like never before. Building on the success of our e-ride bus service, we've heard your feedback, Belize City. We've seen your enthusiasm and how eagerly you've embraced zero-emission transportation in our community. Introducing the e-ride taxi, an electric taxi service, bringing you a cleaner, greener way to travel around our beautiful city. As part of the transformative Belize City e-ride program, this new service is another step toward modernizing our transportation system for a sustainable future. Looking to book your first e-ride taxi? It's super easy. First, download the Medriva app and register. Then, book your ride. Insert your pickup and drop-off location. Select e-ride, choose the number of occupants, and pick your preferred payment method. Confirm your ride and track your e-ride in real time as it makes its way to you. It's fast, eco-friendly, and designed for your comfort. So don't wait. Download Medriva today and let's drive Belize City towards a brighter, greener future, one e-ride at a time. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Good evening and welcome to Plus News for Thursday, July 17, 2025. I am Julian Cruz. Police are investigating a murder that took place in Spanish Lookout last night on Wednesday, July 16. According to reports, they were called to an area in Spanish Lookout around 9:30 last night where they observed the body of 20-year-old Claritza Rosalie Granillo Rodriguez. An initial investigation revealed that Claritza was at home with her common-law husband and his family members when an argument over loud music broke out. During the argument, Claritza's brother-in-law reportedly grabbed a knife from the kitchen and stabbed Claritza to death. Claritza was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead on arrival. Police are seeking the brother-in-law in connection to this latest murder. The Belize network of NGOs, BNN, is urging greater transparency in issuance of long-term logging concessions within Belize's forest reserves. In a statement, BNN called on the Ministry of Sustainable Development and the Forest Department to initiate an independent review of the current regulatory framework, citing several key gaps. These include the absence of mandatory environmental impact assessment and public consultations, insufficient training and experience requirements for concessions holders, and limited resources for consistent monitoring and enforcement. The organization also highlighted the lack of standardized monitoring mechanisms, minimal independent oversight, and inadequate information sharing, particularly in cases where government statements on activities like tourism in forest reserves appear to contradict existing legislation. Our colleagues at CREM spoke with Dr. Elma Kay from the network of NGOs who spoke on their press release, given that some concessions can span up to 40 years. BNN is calling for urgent engagement with protected area co-managers, community representatives, and stakeholders to clarify the approval process and address public concerns. The network maintains that such concessions should follow transparent and inclusive decision-making protocols to protect the long-term value of Belize's natural resources.
Our membership, has been concerned about the issue, particularly as relate to transparent processes with these logging licenses. Since the issue broke out in the news. The review that was done was, we do have a lot of members that do have environmental experience, including, my own organization. I've worked in the sector for a long time. And so that review is looking at processes that are in place, policies that are in place, items like the Forest Act and the National Protected Area System Act. And it was just looking at what gaps there are in processes. The long-term forest licenses that are known as the sustainable forest licenses. Those are actually, I'm in full agreement with the forest department and people from the forest department and the ministry that have come out to say that these are more sustainable licenses because it's by design. It's actually one of the best systems that the forest department over the last 20 years has developed. I think BNN's main concern here is not necessarily with that part of it, because that is a part that requires a lot of planning processes. The issue here is that there is no environmental clearance process that is transparent the way that we have those types of processes for other developments. So you would be very familiar with processes of environmental clearance for any type of development, right? Whether you want to build a tourism resort, whether you are going to do a farming development, a port, a cruise ship port, any of those types of development require an environmental clearance process through the Environmental Protection Act and the EIA regulations that say you are this type of development, so this is the pathway to getting that environmental clearance, and that pathway usually requires public consultation. So, we as the public or, civil society, you might not you might say, oh, I'm against this development or I'm for this development, but it's there out in the public sphere for you to review the impact assessment, for you to know which company is developing it, and for you to be able to, at least have your voice heard in terms of whether we think that this is a good development for Belize or not. And so I would say that one of our main concerns in calling attention to this issue of the long-term concessions is this issue of environmental clearance and the need for at least, some type of public participation in how these licenses are issued.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Francis Fonseca, is defending Belize's decision to join a free movement agreement with several CARICOM nations. Earlier this week on Tuesday, lead opposition Senator Patrick Faber voiced strong criticism of the move, warning it could lead to job losses for Belizeans and increase pressure on the local labor market. Yesterday, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Fonseca, responded, stating that the agreement is a step toward greater regional opportunity.
That is absolutely misguided, misinformed. What Belize has done, along with Barbados, St. Vincent, and Dominica, is enter into a transition period. So over a 3-year period, starting October of this year, Belize will begin the process of implementing the laws and regulations which govern free movement. This is something that both governments, both PUP and UDP governments, have over the years advanced and promoted and advocated for. This was approved, our accession to this free movement was approved by Cabinet several years ago. So we're following up on that. There's no, and it's based, I want to make this very clear. First of all, it's limited to those 4 countries because it's based on reciprocity. And it has to do with skilled labor. It has to do with skilled labor and free movement of people. We already have a regime in place called the CSME, where people can apply for CSME skilled certificates. So there's already a structure and regime in place. So that's all we're doing. We're advancing this, and we are a proud member of CARICOM, and we are proud members of CARICOM. Our brothers and sisters in CARICOM deserve the opportunity, as do Belizeans, to travel to these different countries, these countries that have started out, and follow in terms of the internal domestic laws of those countries. You have an opportunity to work in those countries and live in those countries. There's nothing wrong with that. People, I remember more than 20 plus years ago, 25 years ago, people were, when we introduced, skilled professionals in terms of lawyers, allowing lawyers to come to Belize, people, oh, Belize and get overrun with Caribbean lawyers. And so that has not happened 25 years. On average, we have around 200 people who come to Belize from the Caribbean on average every year, applying for skilled certificates and so who want to work on a temporary basis and that thing. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Belize should be proud of our commitment to CARICOM, and so it's a very, very good initiative for Belize. And as I said, it will be implemented over a transition period of 3 years.
It has been a little bit over 4 months since the general elections took place and the People's United Party was victorious. Since then, there has been no official word from the government as it pertains to who will be the new diplomats. Earlier this week, it was leaked that Nestor Mendes will be appointed as Belize's new ambassador to the United States. So who else will be named? The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Francis Fonseca, remained tight-lipped but stated that there will be significant changes to the list.
Yeah, we're finalizing that. We were hoping to finalize that in cabinet yesterday, but we had a long agenda, so we didn't do that. So we'll probably finalize it at the next cabinet meeting, week or two. So very shortly we'll.
Will there be major shifts? A lot of what will remain.
Some people will remain, but we'll have changes. Yeah, we'll have, I think, significant changes.
In Taiwan?
We'll have changes. The cabinet has not been briefed on this, so I don't want to speak on it without, respecting the cabinet's approval.
GST-free weekends are back. Today, the government of Belize issued a press release stating that based on the success of last year's GST-free weekend, the initiative will be making a return sooner rather than later. There will be 2 free GST weekends coming up shortly. The first one is scheduled for the end of this month, July. That one will take place on Thursday, 31st July through to Saturday, August 2nd. The second GST-free weekend will take place on Friday, August 15th through to Sunday, August 17th. So look out, Belizeans, and go get your buying on. The government of Belize has announced the creation of a new Special Electricity Committee, the SEC, that will guide the development of a long-term National Electrical Energy Mix Master Plan. The committee will be led by Dr. Leroy Almendares and is tasked with creating a plan to ensure Belize has a stable, affordable, and environmentally friendly electricity supply. Currently, Belize relies heavily on imported electricity from Mexico. However, this setup has proven unreliable at times, especially when Mexico faces its own supply issues. To address this, the SEC has been given several key responsibilities. These include making sure electricity remains affordable for Belizeans, improving the reliability of power supply, and promoting the use of renewable energy sources like solar power instead of fossil fuels. The committee will also update Belize's least cost expansion plan, which outlines how the country can meet future energy demands in the most cost-effective way. They'll look at how much power the national grid can handle, explore solar plus battery storage projects, and examine the potential for greater energy trade with neighboring countries like Mexico and Guatemala. Traditionally, the SEC will propose changes to energy regulations and consider the establishment of an independent system operator to manage Belize's power system more efficiently. Government says these steps are part of a broader effort to build a stronger, more self-sufficient energy sector that will not only support economic development, but also protect the environment and reduce Belize's dependence on external sources. We go for a break, and when we come back, we look at robbers who removed driver from a car at stoplight in Belize City. This and more right after the break.
Looking to build or renovate? Find the inspiration you need in our showroom. First stop, the kitchen. Explore big-name appliances, all built to make life easier. From there, let the lights guide you. But what about the finer details? We've got you covered. And to bring it all together, we've got tiles for every surface.
All available online.
Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
I was a student, ICB was there to protect me, ensuring my education and future. When I got my first car, ICB was there to protect me, providing excellent coverage and peace of mind on the road. When we moved into our first apartment, ICB was there to protect us, securing our belongings and giving us a sense of security. And when we got our first house, ICB was there for us, protecting our home and everything we've worked so hard for.
At every step of your life's journey, ICB is there for you. For more information, call 224-5328 or visit our nearest branch.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Come to Banquet, find your way. Engines roar at the break of day. Volvo outboard surf the waves. Castrol oil is what they crave. Live with power, feel the sound. Heavy machines shake the ground. Riding Honda, feeling proud. Rev it up and shout aloud. Feel the wind against your skin. Smell so wide, let's begin. At Banquet, where dreams ignite. Gear up, and let's take flight. Kohler's power runs our towns. JCB lifts heavy pounds. Find the tools to build your dreams. Banquip's got the best machines. Grip the wheel and never slip. Feel the rush, it's time to trip. Every brand you know and love. Banquip fits you like a glove. Feel the wind against your skin. Smell so wide, let's begin. At Banquip, where dreams ignite. Gear up, and let's take flight.
Banquet, equipment, parts, service. We represent quality.
This afternoon, a video went viral on social media showcasing a daylight robbery. The robbery took place on Vernon Street in Belize City at a stoplight. In the video, it appears two men are on a motorcycle and they were following a red Toyota. When the vehicle stopped at a stoplight on Vernon Street, that's when one of the men who was armed with a firearm jumped off the motorcycle and made his way to the car and took the driver out of the vehicle. The armed assailant then reached into the car and stole what appeared to be a shoebox, believed to have contained money. After the assailant got the box, he jumped back on the motorcycle where he and the driver escaped. The person who was robbed then got back into his vehicle and followed the men on their motorcycle. Police have yet to issue an official statement. And shortly after that robbery on Vernon Street, another robbery in Belize City was captured on surveillance camera. This one, too, involving a motorcycle. This incident occurred around 3:30 this afternoon in Belize City. In the video, it shows a Caribbean chicken delivery truck parked on the side of the road completing a delivery. While the truck was parked, two men on a motorcycle parked beside the truck. One of the men hopped off the bike and went into the front of the truck looking for money. After not getting anything from the front, the man then made his way to the back and stole an undisclosed amount of money before making good his escape. Police are also investigating this robbery. Yesterday, over $9,000 in tools and equipment was officially handed over to the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, the MAFSE, and the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, BAHA, and the International Regional Organization for Agricultural Health, ORISA. The donation provided through funding from the United States Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services, the USDA-APHIS, includes office supplies, boots, Leatherman utility knives, and other essential field equipment used in the fight against the New World screwworm. The tools will support the work of extension officers and field personnel as they carry out daily surveillance and control activities. In addition to equipment, USDA APHIS has also provided training and organizational support across Central America to strengthen regional preparedness and responses. To enhance employment growth and organizational effectiveness, the Belmopan City Council sent traffic wardens Giovanni Guevara and Joel Vanegas on a week-long practical training in traffic control and management in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. The training held from July 7 to 11 covered essential topics such as radio communication, citizen engagement and event coordination, child road safety, accident scene protocols, drug identification procedures, and securing accident areas. This initiative stems from a previous visit to Playa del Carmen by His Worship Pablo Mayor Kawich, following an invitation last April. We'll go for a break and be right back with some information on Men's Health Forum, which was held in Belize City. Be right back.
Manuel, el cajón se volvió a trabar. Creo que debemos ir a Builders Hardware otra vez.
¿Otra vez? ¿Por qué no solo pedirlo en línea?
Ah, es cierto. Manuel, se me olvidaron las guías del cajón.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dana milk, then love Dana milk. You can whip it cream, for Dana milk it is real, yes, Dana milk, then love Dana milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dana milk, then love Dana milk. Dana milk in the morning, Dana milk in the evening, Dana milk. Give me Dana milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dana milk, then love Dana milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dana milk. Give me Dana milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in Fiji, Dana milk. Then love Dana milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dana milk. I love Dana milk. Dana milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
A special guest just landed in Belize to enjoy some of the summer fun, and we heard he brought gifts. You've got it, it's All Saint Nick, and he's in Belize, teaming up with NextGen to give you the ultimate Christmas in a July streaming deals. Summertime, but we still bring the jingle. Get 6 months of lower prices on our stream bundles. Unwrap your deals of 25 megabytes for just $69 a month, or 50 megabytes for $89 a month, or get 100 megabytes for only $99 a month. Plus, enjoy free installation on all packages. With low prices locked in for 6 months, you'll enjoy incredible streaming rates all the way to the end of the year. The ultimate streaming celebration officially begun. Contact us to sign up today and follow us on social media for upcoming pop-up events near you.
Today, we officially open the doors of the Contiki substation, a symbol of safety, community, and progress.
By bringing police resources directly into the neighborhood of Contiki, Mosquitoville, Boyton, Charville, Maya Vista, and Trenchtown, we are not just improving visibility and response time, We are fostering trust, strengthening partnership, and building a proactive approach to crime prevention.
This is an investment in peace. It is an investment in the youth of the area. It is a statement that we will not let crime dictate the narrative of this beautiful community.
We met with Minister Shabat about a small police booth, and with many meetings, many conversations, we are here today and opening our Kontiki substation.
It was definitely something that was needed. I definitely can attest that many other neighbors also feel safe, and this means a lot to us.
We know that many residents in this community leave for work early and return late, leaving homes without nearby oversight. The new sub-formation will allow officers to respond quicker, patrol more effectively, and develop deeper relationships with the law-abiding residents of these communities.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
This morning, the Belize Cancer Society, in partnership with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, Belize Healthcare Partners Limited, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, hosted a men's health forum in Belize City. The men's health forum was held under the theme, Strong, Smart, and Self-Aware, Empowering Men and Boys for Healthier Futures. According to Kim Simplis Barrow, one of the organizers and president of the Belize Cancer Society, this morning's event was all about providing a safe space for men by addressing difficulties that men face when battling health issues, particularly cancer.
This is the second year we're hosting the Men's Forum. And for us at the Belize Cancer Society, it's very important that we address some of the difficulties that men faces when they're journeying through cancer or whatever health issues they may have. It really is a space for men to talk about the different issues, specifically men's health issues that they are facing. They have the experts, panelists that will be able to guide them, and they will be able to ask questions. It's a safe space for them to do so. We know that men are always reluctant to seek medical help, and so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get them to be comfortable in seeking medical help. And we're trying to empower them to know that it is not something to be scared of. It is not something that will make them weak. It is that they need to know that it shows us strength when they access mental care, health and mental health care.
Barrow stated that men oftentimes seek medical attention when it's too late, as there is a stigma surrounding men seeking medical care. She says that one of the main reasons for today's conference was to try and break that stigma by encouraging men to seek medical care often.
One of the things that we're seeing is that most men, when diagnosed with any type of cancer, it's already at a late stage. And that's what we're trying to address. We're trying to get our men to seek medical attention if they have any kind of symptoms, if they feel anything, for them to seek medical help immediately. And a lot of it has to do with the stigma associated with men seeking help or medical attention, and that's one of the reasons why we are hosting this conference, to really educate our men, to empower men to make right decisions, not just for them, but for their families, for their communities. We need healthier men in our country. We need healthier men. We need healthier boys in our countries.
The conference also featured guest speakers who shared their experiences battling and beating cancer. Anwar Barrow battled cancer as a child in the 80s and overcame the disease. He shared his experience with the men in attendance and spoke about the importance of seeking medical care early and also taking care of your body with proper diet and exercise.
The social norm in society is for men to endure, men to be strong, and men to be less talkative and emotional. And I understand that, but when it comes to health, that is something that talking about it and sharing it helps to break down that barrier of people going to the doctor. Nobody likes to go to the doctor. I don't like to go to the doctor, even though I've been there so much over the course of my life. And so the easier we can make it to accept that, the better the treatment rates and survival rates will be for diseases across the board. There are 3 recommendations that I shared with the convention today. The first one is to have an annual blood test. That is probably the most key step. If you research it online, you don't even need to go to a doctor. You can walk into any lab and fill out the requisition form and pay for the test and get your blood test annually to check for all the major markers. That's the first thing. The second thing is really diet. And I've looked at the Belizean diet informally quite carefully because we have an epidemic of hypertension and diabetes and all these different diseases which are really driven by diet. And I think that we really need to focus on looking at reducing the amount of oils and sauces. Those are the main things driving the calories and driving poor health. In other words, it's not potato and rice and carbs that people think within moderation. It's really the mayonnaise in the potato salad. It's really the gravy on the rice, which is mostly oil.
The ketchup on the garnaches.
Ketchup not so bad, but the garnaches being fried, right? That's from my vantage point, that can do a significant amount of damage. And if we reduce that, it's not as tasty, but it's certainly a lot more healthy. That's two. And the third thing is really walking. Walking is super important, more than people realize. But it takes a lot of walking. You can't, 20 minutes might not be as helpful as if you do an hour and consistently during the day. You don't have to power walk, you don't have to run. Just walking and getting steps in and taking up your metabolism helps with weight management and doesn't increase your hunger.
Belize Healthcare Partners Limited was also at this morning's Men Health Forum promoting their Know Your Type campaign. The Know Your Type campaign is encouraging all persons to take a blood test to determine what type of blood they have. According to Horace Grant, the developer at Belize Healthcare Partners, knowing your blood type is a valuable piece of information that everyone should know.
The Know Your Type campaign is a free initiative by Belize Healthcare Partners. It's brought to you so you're aware of what your type is, what your blood type is, and this is something most people don't know, which could be very crucial information to them. It's most notably very important for cases like surgeries, transfusions. Pregnancy is very important, and yeah.
Okay, so you said that it will be a countrywide initiative and it's free?
Yes, it's a free countrywide initiative. You can follow us on our social media page. You can reach out directly to us and figure out when we'll be showing up next. So yeah, it's a free initiative. Come out, know your type, know all about yourself. Blood is very important.
So how long the whole procedure would take?
The procedure is really simple. It's a maybe 2 to 3 minutes procedure. You just fill out a form, get your finger small prick, and it's over in no time. You'll be notified by email and text messages as soon as your results are ready, and you'll get a nice virtual card to show your friends and show your family.
You can follow Belize Healthcare Partners on social media to find out where they will be next so that you can know your blood type, which is an essential thing to know. And that's the end of our newscast for tonight. We want to say thank you so much for tuning into Plus News, and be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we bring you all the latest happenings from around the country. Until then, do take care of yourselves. God bless you, Belize. See you next time.